this guy smirking? Who the f*** you to tell me not to record in my country?
It doesn't matter who you're recording.
Carney bootlicker.
It's private property.
What are you? You're a carny bootlicker?
We can't be filming stuff on private property.
He's telling me not to record outside in Canada. Who the f*** you to tell me not to record?
Go to Israel and go put that flag.
See? He shows his true colors.
David Menzies for Rebel News here in Thornhill, Ontario, and I'm at the site of the Promenade Mall. And this is really somewhat of a surreal story, folks. I am with Meir Gerichter, and earlier this month, he went shopping at the mall, and he brought along a flag, the flag of Israel, to the mall, and apparently that upset somebody or some people. Meir, take us back to that day. What happened? And by the way, why were you bringing the flag in the first place?
To be honest with you, it's not something that I've ever done here. I've lived here in Thornhill for 33 years, and it was my first time doing that. But it was Israel's Independence Day, 77 years to be exact, and celebrations, from what I heard, were canceled. No parties or anything. And at the same time, there was a wildfire spreading across Jerusalem, which was arson. So I decided I'll take it upon myself to display my pride, because that's what I do. And I was walking here with my wife, and I didn't plan on it, but I decided to walk inside. So I walked into the mall. We didn't speak to anyone, but like within a minute, 3 or 4 security guards approached us, and they told me that I had to leave.
And Meir, just to be clear, this wasn't a demonstration. This wasn't a rally that your wife and yourself were conducting. You were, I guess, just showing solidarity to the state of Israel, especially once again enduring what appears to be yet another act of terrorism in terms of who set those wildfires. And what did the security specifically say to you?
They told me that I had to leave, that if I didn't, they would call the police. So obviously I complied. I didn't argue with them. But as soon as we got out of the building onto the sidewalk by the parking, I was recording. They told me not to record.
And, you know, I'm glad you brought that up because you did record. We do have some footage of that incident. So by this time, as Meir said, he and his wife have left the mall. They're on the parking lot of the mall, but apparently that wasn't good enough here. Check out the interaction.
Because I said 20 minutes.
Go to Israel and go put that flag.
See? He shows his true colors.
Recording
He's telling me to go to Israel. Look at this guy.
Canada.
He's telling me to go to Israel, this guy.
The recording
True
is not
colors.
allowed without any consent.
He didn't
Are you
record it.
joking?
Yes,
He
sir.
wasn't on the.
Are you kidding me? Record. Look at this guy smirking. Who the you to tell me not to record in my
It
country?
doesn't matter who you're recording.
Carny
You're recording
bootlicker.
It's private property.
What are
There's
you?
no
You're a
filming
carny
allowed.
bootlicker?
We can't be filming stuff on private
He's
property.
telling me not to record outside in Canada. Who the you to tell me not to
Still the mall
record?
property,
I don't give a
that's
shit. I am.
Sidewalk.
I don't give a shit. Law. I will call the police now, and they'll be like, he's allowed to
You can
record.
do that.
No, I will.
Okay,
I have no
go
issue.
ahead.
I work for security. There's no law that says you can't record.
On private property, it's
I can
not allowed.
record outside here anywhere I want.
Not on private property.
What's your batch number? 50005010. What's your name? Okay. You guys are literally idiots. I don't know how you got your security license.
So, Meir, it's kind of inexplicable to me whether you're inside or outside the mall. There is a preponderance of surveillance cameras. Everyone's getting recorded.
Yeah.
And why do you think they were so concerned about you outdoors? Admittedly, the parking lot is the promenade's private property. But, you know, people are always recording all the time, including the mall itself. What was the big deal?
Well, it could be because of past situations that occurred at other malls where almost weekly hundreds of people go into, for example, Eden Center with pro-Palestine gear and flags, and they intimidate the shoppers and take over everything, and they chant for intifada and genocide. real genocide from the river to the sea. That's what they're saying. And so because of those problems, and generally this is a quiet area, they don't want that to happen here. So I guess no flags at all, not even a Canadian flag, which I find absurd. But they didn't want any flags. But the thing is, it wasn't really the flag that was the issue. That was just the beginning. The issue was that I was recording. They didn't want me to record the interaction. And so even though I walked out of the mall and I complied with them, the recording was the issue. And I felt like that was infringing on my rights. Everyone who goes into the mall with a phone, there's no person here who doesn't have a cell phone nowadays.
No, 100%. And folks, the mall security did make good on their threat of calling York Regional Police. And here's an excerpt of Mayor's encounter with an officer of the York Regional Police. Check it out.
You can't be here with a flag. You can't be here recording people according to their rules. So we have the power to remove you off the property under the Trespass the Property Act as per their approval. So we have the power to do so. And I don't want to do that because I am sure you guys are going to peacefully just leave.
Yeah, we can go up to the lights and stand there, and all the cars coming in will still see
you can go
your
on the
flag.
sidewalk.
So there you go. That was a very interesting conversation. As you mentioned, you used to be in security, so you know the rules. The police officers seem to have a disagreement. What did you make of what the police was telling you and your wife, Mayor?
Well, they were asking us to leave. The security guards were right that it is mall property. So whatever rules they have, obviously I have to follow them. If not, they can issue a trespass to me and I wouldn't be allowed to go back to the mall for 3 months, which is absurd. I'm not a threat. I didn't come here to protest. I just went there to show support for Israel in a time where it's Israel's birthday and there's a terrible wildfire. Our hostages are still in Gaza. And I haven't even seen 1 ounce of support from Olivia Chow. So I'm just trying to do my part as an independent person. But the police asked me to leave. They said that I could stand along the sidewalk here, so far away from the mall, which defeats the purpose.
I did reach out to guest services, and the friendly lady there said that, well, you're allowed to bring in a flag, but it can't be on display. It has to be rolled up. And then I got a little more inquisitive, and I said, would that include all flags? For example, the Canadian flag. And she kind of wavered there and transferred me to security. And then I spoke to security and they said, you know what, this sounds like a question for our general manager. And I reached out to that individual. His name is Darren Woodworth. He's the GM of the Promenade Mall. And you know what? It was an absolutely mystifying call. Here, check out this excerpt, folks. I was recommended by security yesterday when I called to give you a shout. And it's regard to a flag ban that might or might not be in place at the Promenade Mall. I was speaking to an individual by the name of Meir Gerichter, and he said he was, essentially frog marched out by security at the mall for bringing an Israel flag on Israel Independence Day into the mall. And I'm just trying to get clarity if there is indeed a flag ban.
So I'm not understanding your point of calling us and asking us questions. The mall is open to all people. We honor everybody here. We don't. I think what I prefer to do. I'm going to refer you to our lawyer.
Oh, okay.
For this question, because there was an incident that did around this that did involve the police and our security. So I think the comments should best come from our lawyer, and I can reference you to him.
That's fine. Just to let you know, last week I did.
And sorry, just to understand, what's the relationship with yourself as a person that's inquiring?
Oh, as I mentioned, I'm with Rebel News, Mr. Woodworth, and we're doing a story on this. And I went into the mall's code of conduct for shoppers I think there were
Mhm.
26 rules. Unless it's been updated and not listed on the website, I couldn't find anything about a flag ban.
I have no comment on that. If you know what, we had complaints from customers, tenants, and others, so I really don't want to comment on it. I'm going to reference you to the lawyer. Thank you so much.
You had
And you can
you had, just to be clear, you had complaints from the
No
Israel
comment.
flag, or
no comment. I'll let our lawyer speak to you. You want to send me your email? I'll send it directly to our lawyer, and we can comment because it's not the place to comment for me
okay,
on this.
I did reach
It's
out to
not
your
a discriminatory. Sorry.
I did reach out to the media relations department of the mall owner last week, and I never heard back or had my email acknowledged.
Who was that?
It wasn't actually a who; it was just this contact us email portal, and
We don't have a relations person here. The only person to be close to that would be marketing, and that's one specific person.
okay, and Mr. Woodward, what my purpose is just we always reach out to get the other side of the story, so I'm just trying to do my due diligence, hear what you or anyone else at the mall has to say.
Sorry, your phone's breaking up.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just reaching out to get your side of the story, to do the.
There's no side of our story. We've done what we've done, and there's no story. There's no comment. And I'll refer you back to our lawyer.
I have sent my questions to Mr. Woodworth via email so that a lawyer can get back to me. I don't know if they will or not, but if they do, we will include that in the report. But if they don't, folks, well, we did our best to reach out. It didn't seem that Mr. Woodworth was all that appreciative of getting his side of the story out there. You were kind enough to send us a photograph of a vehicle in the mall parking lot displaying the Palestinian flag, and the mall security guards made it very clear that the private property issue, it's not just what's inside the mall, it is the mall parking lot. Is there a double standard at play here? It looks like whoever was flying that flag from his vehicle, he didn't get any aggro, so what's going on here?
Either the security wasn't paying attention or they were just deciding to pick on me. I really don't know. That license plate was from California. It was a man and his young son. And I mean, I don't care whatever flag someone wants to wave. It should be their right. Even if it offends me and I don't agree with it, it should be their right. I believe in freedom of speech, but the double standards, I don't appreciate.
Well, there you have it, folks. We are still baffled as to what the flag policy is, and not for a lack of trying. The general manager wouldn't say. Somehow he construes this as a legal matter. Like I said earlier, if we do find an answer, we will report that at a later date. So be aware, if you are shopping at the Promenade Mall, do not bring a flag with you. I would assume any flag, because, well, you might get a rude awakening from security. For Rebel News, I'm David the Menzoid Menzies. Hey folks, we know you love it when Rebel News brings you the other side of the story, but the fact is, unlike Mark Carney's trained seals in the mainstream media, we do not receive a single nickel of government funding. Could you please go to rebelfieldreports.com, that's rebelfieldreports.com, and if you're able to, kindly make a donation so we can continue to bring you the other side of the story.